It's the final day of April. We're about 40 days into spring. And honestly, it's about as cloudy as when spring started. Can we please just have our warm weather so we can be happy, please? Because I really want to stop wearing warm clothes all the time. And you know what? This is the sort of thing that would happen on a Monday. Mondays are lame, as we all know. But we gotta get past that. So, happy Monday, everybody. Yep. I gotta say, this weekend, I should say, was relatively uneventful. I mean, there was the draft, which I gotta say, my team, I think, did a really good job getting what they wanted. Go Cowboys. And so, I can't really say, honestly, I can't really say any team, whether I like them or not, picked nothing but bad picks all around, because if you could predict how well these picks at the draft were going to be, you're better off trying to predict who's going to win the Super Bowl this year. You don't know. You never know. I mean, as angry as I am about the fact that the Eagles won the Super Bowl last year, I didn't think they'd win last year. Around this time last year, I should say. I mean, again, if I could predict who was going to win the Super Bowl, I would. Well, to be honest, I probably would still end up making these videos, but I'd be probably much richer because I would bet all my money on who'd win the Super Bowl. But hey, no matter what, you guys get my videos anyway. That's a win-win. So, yesterday, actually Saturday night, I saw the rest of the draft. And headed immediately home that evening. And after making yesterday's video, I actually decided, after some breakfast, of course, to spend the day with my father. My mother was actually out working, so I had to take care of him yesterday. Cook him dinner, stuff like that, hang out with him. Which was very nice. It really was. Actually, since he's been home a lot more often, he obviously watches a lot more TV because, you're at home and you're bored. What are you going to do? And one thing he's actually been watching that he doesn't normally watch, and frankly I don't really watch it either, but a part of me really thinks I should because of how much I talk about TP. Hockey. Yeah. We are in the Stanley Cup playoffs right now. It won't be long until it's over. Then we have, baseball and basketball, and then football will be not that far away. Phew. I do have to say, though, the people who are into hockey are really, really, really into hockey, though. Like, I have relatives who live up in the Massachusetts area, just outside of Boston. I have some of my relatives live in Reading, and some of my other relatives live in Wellesley. For any of you Massachusetts aficionados out there, if you know where those areas are, you now know I have family there. And particularly for my family members that live in Wellesley, they were really into hockey and lacrosse. Pretty much anything that involves a goal and a stick, if you will. And around 2013, after actually I graduated from Gettysburg College, a few weeks later we ended up going to Wellesley to celebrate my cousin's graduation from high school. And after we got back from the actual graduation ceremony, because they actually had theirs like Friday, Saturday evening or whatever, like everybody, and I do mean everybody, was glued to the TV eating dinner, watching the Stanley Cup playoffs. Actually, I think it might have been the finals. I know for a fact this is around the time when Boston was good. I mean, they've always been pretty good, but this is when Boston was like, the Bruins were the team to just take everything. And for a while they did. I mean, heck, around the time they actually had a... I mean, I don't really know my hockey lore or history all that well, but if the Bruins didn't have a dynasty, they definitely had something, especially around the time when I graduated from TP back in 2009. And funny enough, it's funny I mentioned the Bruins because our head prefect had a graduation speech for us on the day of our graduation that year. And during that, he said, "Go Bruins," as he was quoting someone who said, "Go Bruins," in his graduation speech. So, yeah. Everything comes full circle. But then, I probably mentioned this a while back, but back when I was at Trinity-Pawling, we had this place underneath the main building of Cluett. The Cluett building is what it was called. Underneath it, there was a place called the Cave. Because, we're the Pride, which is a group of lions, and lions live in a cave. And I do mean a cave. There was even a cave on Pride Rock in The Lion King. Look it up. Anyway. They, it changed a lot between when I graduated and when I went back for my 5-year reunion. But when I was there for school, there was just one big TV, and there was something sports related on all the time. Whether it was football, whether it was soccer, or hockey, basketball, you name it, ESPN was on all the time. But what can I say? A lot of us wanted to play sports in college, and you gotta keep up if you want to go out, But I guess that's just how it works. Can't really argue with that because I had a lot of good times in the cave. The cave actually also had some really good food where, they had Mama's Pizza, chicken fingers, ice cream in the form of Nips. Remember Nips? They came in like a little orange thing, like bite-sized ice cream pieces. Those were really good. Oh, but one of my all-time favorites I always get, black and white cookies. Or half moon cookies, if you prefer. Which are basically, they're a cookie. Yeah, it could be a chocolate cookie, it could be a vanilla cookie, but the best are always the vanilla cookies, because let's be honest, vanilla's awesome. And you'd have the top of the cookie, one half being chocolate frosting or icing or whatever, and the other half being vanilla icing or frosting. And they are amazing. I mean, if you're able to find them wherever you go, please have them. They are very good. I mean, manufactured ones are fine, but homemade ones you find at like bakeries and such, they're always the best. In fact, when I was little in Corning, we had a place called Crystal City Bakery. Corning is known for making glass, so I like to think of Corning as Crystal City, USA. And, hey, Pittsburgh is known as Steel Time, USA. I think Corning can be considered Crystal City, USA for all the glass. Anyway, and this bakery was just unreal in terms of what they made. They made pizza, donuts, fritters, half moon cookies, you name it. They were cakes. They were awesome. They're no longer in business now, and it's a real shame. Partly because Wegmans kind of came in and took over, but I can't really boycott Wegmans because I love Wegmans. Wegmans is awesome. And yeah, so I ended up going from spending time with my father to hacky to TP to cookies. I gotta say that's a pretty fun video if you ask me. So, if you like the video, you know what to do. Hit it with a thumbs up by therefore liking it. Favorite it, share it. Please subscribe to the channel. I could really use the support. And to all my viewers out there, I'm humbled that I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy today. I'm hopeful that we all have a wonderful day. It's Monday, so it's going to be hard, but there's always hope. And remember, if you guys ever want to talk, if you guys ever want to chat, I'll always be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. So take care.